I'm Beatrice. I'm an ambassador for the College of Engineering, and I'm currently studying Industrial and Systems Engineering. And today I'm here with Dr. Wooley from the ISEEM department. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, oi everybody. So I'm from Brazil. My name is Ana Wooley, and I'm a new addition to our ISEEM department. So I'm a new professor. I just joined 6 months ago, so in the fall, in 2023. And I've been here since then, enjoying everything. So I'm enjoying being a professor to this department and getting to know everybody and involving the students. So
awesome.
Nice to meet.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. What classes are you currently teaching or have you taught in the past?
So this semester in the spring, I'm teaching 2 classes. One is digital engineering. It's a special topic, so we're trying to look for the digital engineering concepts and doing type of research for that class. And the other class is a production inventory control. That's 433. And those are the 2 ones that I'm teaching this semester. In the fall, I usually teach simulation, so introduction to system simulation. And I never taught any other class before except being a TA. So I was TA for several classes in manufacturing systems, and I was introduction to engineering. I was a TA for that. TA is a teaching assistant. So.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the current courses that I'm teaching now.
Awesome. And what is your favorite class to teach?
Not a good question. Well, I really like the digital engineering class.
Okay.
Because it's, 2 things. I like it because it's a smaller class,
mm-hmm.
and it's a research class, and I feel like it's a good environment to help each other out.
Mm.
But I love teaching bigger classes because I think it's more interactive. The small class is very tight and we're there.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger classes, I feel more comfortable in reaching out to more people, which is more challenging too, to get
mm-hmm.
them focused.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a favorite, but maybe the digital engineering is a good one.
Interesting. So you like the topics better in that one?
No.
No?
Well, I like both topics,
uh-huh.
so it's not because of the topic, it's
uh-huh.
because of the setup of the class.
Okay, I see. What is something you wish students would understand about you as an instructor?
So I really care of what the student is trying to get out of the class. So I go with the intention of having the students be able to not go home and have to study and rewatch my classes. I would like them to be done with the class and say, well, I understood, I'm going to be able to follow up with this in the next class. So I think that's the thing I would like my students to know, that I try my best to get everybody involved and not waste your time coming to my class, and at least you come and learn and don't waste more time trying to study yourself or something. So
awesome. I see it. Are you involved in industry or research outside of teaching?
Yes. So it's part of our jobs as professors to be involved in research. So as I said, I'm a new professor. So new assistant professors, we try to start research going and getting a lab going. So we're having some ideas of getting a manufacturing lab going to try to introduce some of the topics that we have in class to have in a lab. We're in the process of getting that going yet. But as I am a new graduate, so I graduated in my PhD last August, and I came straight up to AH to teach. So I did not have a break or a gap where I practiced a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's kind of like a learning phase, trying to get things. UAH does a great job of supplying us new professors with the support that we need. So I have a few, maybe 4 or 5 undergraduate students working with me and exploring some topics, and I'm applying for proposals to get grants going. So right now I don't have any grants going, but I do have projects going on in research. Not related to the industry yet, but that's the plan, to try to get some funding for research that I can do with collaboration with the industry.
Awesome. That's really interesting. What qualities do your most successful students typically have?
So I think, I've taught last semester, I'm teaching this semester as well, and what I see the most successful ones are all the ones that come to class, and it's not something that the student really like to do, I think, but like I said, I try to be interactive enough class that you can get out of it and learn and don't have to worry about it anymore. So those that come to class, I think they perform better because they pay attention and they try to learn and they interact with the professor as well. And it's a comfortable environment that I try to make it a comfortable that you can ask questions and it's not a bad question. No question is a bad question. So I think those students that are involved in that do better. Not that the other ones don't, but I do see those as I really appreciate those that come to class and I see the value of it in their results.
Awesome. I see. What are your hobbies and interests outside of engineering?
I love cooking.
Ooh.
So I'm a big fan of cooking. So I cook all the time and I love cooking. And my favorite way to cook is leftovers. So my favorite is whatever I have in the fridge or in the house, what can I come up with it? It's my favorite game. I don't like to follow recipes. I'm not good at baking. But at cooking, I can do okay.
What's
so I
your
like cooking.
Favorite thing to cook?
A Brazilian food.
Yeah.
So there's several types. I like doing what is my favorite Brazilian? Well, in Brazil we eat a lot of beans and rice. So I like to make in the classic. My husband really like it too. So I like to make the classic stuff, Brazilian stuff.
Nice.
But so besides cooking, I enjoy being outside too. So those are classic hobbies. But I'm a classic, and I'm a very plain person. My favorite cake is a plain cake. My favorite food is a plain. My favorite ice cream is always gonna be a fruit mango.
Those are good.
Right? Every time I say that, people are like, how come you don't like chocolate or pistachio?
It's more refreshing.
So yeah, those are my favorite hobbies, I would say.
Awesome. Any advice for students wondering if engineering is the right area of study for them?
I don't have advice for that. Okay. What I have to say is you don't really know until you explore it. So being involved with people in the field, asking questions, a friend of a cousin that has done engineering, maybe reach out and see what they think about it. The way I landed in engineering was basically I had to narrow down to something. I had to choose something. And in Brazil, I think it's different than here because you choose as you enter the university and you can't really change that. So it's the first year you have to know your major. Here too, but I think you can change easily.
Yeah, you can change it.
So I had to pick one and I liked math. That was the whole theory behind my choice. And then of all the engineerings, which one is a more human involved? Because I also didn't want to do electrical calculations or no, those are bad. Not my thing. So I wanted to get that more human related to the engineering, and the industrial engineer was the option. And I knew somebody doing industrial engineering. I asked him, and he's like, "Yeah, I think it's a good thing." And he didn't even know what it was, even in the field, even doing it. So I was like, "Well, I'll try that." And then it just happens that it's my major forever. So I'm industrial engineering in my bachelor, my master's in PhD. I love it.
Awesome. Since you have a PhD, what was your thesis on?
So, it has to be involved in industrial engineering since that was the major. So in industrial systems, you have several, you have the optimization, you have production, you have manufacturing, you have all these types of fields. And I went to the simulation side of it. So we're always industrial engineering, you're always trying to make things better, quicker, faster, and improving systems. And simulation is one tool that helps you to do that, to estimate what could happen if this changes, or what could and what if analysis. So my dissertation was related to simulation, but also we got this new technology, digital twin. It's very recent, but not really. It started in 2002, but then it got really a name for in 2014. And it has grown in publications and interest since then. So my point was, in digital twin, the definition is just a digital version of a physical system but it not necessarily needs to have the physical yet. It's throughout the life cycle how you have the digital version that you can see what's going on in live. Have that live component. Simulation is also a digital version of a physical system. So my point with my dissertation was to compare how those two compare and how those two differ. So what are the capabilities that make a simulation, and how does that differ from a digital twin? So that was basically exploring the capabilities, how do they differ, and then now that I know the differences, how do I go from one to the other? Because simulation we know how to do. It's in discrete event simulation specifically about systems in manufacturing. So how do we, if we already have in a company a simulation done, what are the components that I need in that simulation to be able to call it a digital twin? So do we need live information? Do we need sensors data? What do we need? So I created this kind of framework to guide through that beginning of the transformation. So that was my thesis.
That's awesome. That's really interesting.
Thank you.
How would you define industrial and systems engineering?
So it's all about, my definition too is very leaning towards the industrial side. But you think about it as industrial system as well, but it's all about making more efficient, making the system better, and making how can you get the most out of it with whatever you have, the resources. So if you think about a manufacturing system, industrial systems, or another types of systems, but it's always trying to look at those systems and try to make those things better and quicker and faster and more optimized.
Awesome.
So that's why we have several classes in optimization, in simulation, in production, inventory, and control, and how do we deal with all those different variations of fields that could help us improve a system.
If you could rank all the types of engineering, how would you rank them?
Obviously, we do industrial first. That's
I agree.
how I made my decisions on which engineering to do. So if it's me, my ranking would be the ones that I would do first.
Okay.
Myself. So I would do industrial first. And I don't know if I remember all the types of engineers, so I'm going to mention the ones I remember. So I do industrial first. I would do mechanical second. Aerospace I would do the last, I think. even less than electrical.
Oh, okay.
I'll do electrical before aerospace.
Okay.
I don't understand.
No, civil?
Civil I'll do third.
Okay.
What other ones?
Computer?
No. Ooh. Beyond, the last one, computer. Okay, so industrial, mechanical, civil.
Chemical
There.
Okay. Aerospace?
Aerospace.
Electrical,
aerospace, computer.
Okay.
Cybersecurity. With the computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good ranking.
But would I do any other? I don't know. I think the industrial is the only one I would actually
yeah, it's the best one.
try to do. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah.
Don't take me wrong, the other ones.
What do you prefer, coffee or tea?
So I prefer both. I like coffee, but I cannot drink too much because I get caffeine. I'm caffeine sensitive.
Oh, okay.
If there's such a thing.
Do you get a headache?
I don't get a headache. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I get faint.
Oh.
I feel weak.
And
too much of caffeine to me is this much. So I have to drink this. So it's half a cup like this.
Never.
Wow. No, so I have to. This is too much.
Wow.
So when I drink, I have to drink this. If I drink, the other day I had this,
and
no, it wasn't. I spent all day laying down because I couldn't move. I couldn't cook.
Oh no.
So I had to drink this. So I love the action of having coffee, making a cup, grinding the beans, and I like those good coffees. But so then my option is tea. Love tea, but I like the tea, legit tea. Like you get the leaf from the tree, and then the herb, and then you put in the water, and you. So,
the good ones.
I drink tea from the little thing too, but I rather have the. Yeah.
So the answer is both.
The answer is both, but if I had to choose, it's tea because I can't really do coffee much.
Okay.
Do y'all do mate in Brazil?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the south.
Yeah, but I don't. I had one time and
I think I've never tried it.
never tried.
No.
My brother lived in. Okay, my brother lived in the south, so he bought all the stuff and he made us try. But
It's interesting.
and okay, no sugar in tea.
Okay. What about coffee?
That's it. No sugar either.
No sugar. Okay.
Yeah, coffee.
Just
no sugar.
pure coffee, no milk or anything.
Ah, yeah, no, yeah. I'm a
Like
plain
latte,
person.
no.
Don't put milk, heavy cream, whatever. Or I hate heavy cream. But yeah, don't put anything in my stuff. If you're gonna give me food, give me a plain choice. Yeah.
If you weren't an engineer, what would you have been?
Well, maybe I would have gone to the arts and craft kind of area.
Okay.
I like the cooking side of it, but I don't know if I will be a good cook in a way that I need to follow recipes. I do not do well. I like to do my own. Who is it? Who are you to tell me I need to put a cup of sugar? I want to put half a cup, and you're not going to tell me that I need to put a cup. So I don't like to follow those strict.
Okay.
I like to explore.
Okay, I see.
So I don't know if I would have been a good cook as a profession. But maybe one of those arts, yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
What
But
kind of arts?
like something that I could explore and create things. So
Okay.
not painting,
Okay.
but changing things. So if I maybe refurnish, you have a furniture and you want to change it up, that's my kind of thing.
Okay, I see. Interesting.
If I could do that as a profession, get money enough to live, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
But that would be fun.
Some people do on Instagram.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you today, Dr. Wooley, and will we see you at Take a Prof to lunch?
Yes,
Awesome.
I expect to be asked for the lunch, hopefully, and I'll try to go to the E-Week as well and be there for a little bit. So
Okay. Awesome. We'll see you there.
We'll see you. So I'm gonna say ciao, which is goodbye in Portuguese, and in Brazil we speak Portuguese and not Spanish.
Yes.
So we're gonna say it's spelled different. I encourage you to look it up. How do we spell goodbye in Portuguese?
Yes.
But it's ciao.
Ciao.
At least.
We were like hoping it would hold out until y'all finished that question. Okay.
Oh, you was falling already.
Do we want to pin it?
Yeah.
Cut.